Football's a safe sport, right? Wrong. While there are rules stopping players from taking each other's heads off, there can sometimes be almost killer accidents that aren't even always fully accidental. So today, I had to cook up a list of the most brutal and blood-chilling fouls ever in the sport. Starting with the clash of the titans that was Alfie Holland and Roy Keane. These two had a showdown back in 1997 that left everyone's jaw on the floor. Keane, unfortunately, suffered a serious ACL injury. And it wasn't just any injury, it was a grab your popcorn and brace yourself kind of injury. But here's the kicker. Holland Sr. wasn't buying it. He stood over Keane, waving his hands and shouting, "Cut out the theatrics!" Seriously, dude? Doubting the intensity of the moment? That's like questioning whether the sun is hot. Fast forward 4 years and Destiny decided to play a little game of, let's see what happens when you put two enemies in the same room. This time, it was all about sweet, sweet revenge for Keane. In Winton, he launched himself into a knee-high, wild tackle against Alfie that had everyone gasping, sweating, and Googling the nearest chiropractor. Rumors swirled around that Keane's tackle could have ended Holland's career. The tension was so thick that you could have sliced it with a butter knife. And then, the bomb dropped. Keane, in his 2002 autobiography, spilled the beans on what he was thinking after that iconic tackle. Brace yourself for the uncensored version. "I'd waited long enough. I fucking hit him hard. The ball was there, I think. Take that, you c***. And don't ever stand over me sneering about fake injuries." Yikes, man. You better not mess with Roy Keane. If there's one thing we learned, it's that Keane doesn't hold back. He hits harder than a wrecking ball and curses like a sailor with a stubbed toe. But hold your horses, because here comes the unexpected twist. Contrary to what most people believed, that thunderous tackle didn't end Alfie's career. Just 4 days later, he proudly represented Norway on the field. Not only that, but he also played a solid 68 minutes for his club in the next Premier League fixture. Now, that's what I call resilience and determination. Alfie showed the world that he wasn't going down without a fight. You could say he had the spirit of a superhero, or maybe he's secretly made of adamantium. Either way, he proved that when life gives you lemons, you lace up your boots and show 'em who's boss. During a thrilling World Cup qualifier match between Germany and Liechtenstein, there's a fun twist. When Jonas Hoffmann sent the ball soaring into the box, what were we all expecting? Well, we had our eyes set on a classic header towards the goal. But guess what? Football had other plans in store for us. Instead of a straightforward header, something unexpected happened. Out of the blue, a foot came flying through the air like a martial arts move straight out of a movie. Can you believe it? It was like the player decided to mix things up and showcase some extraordinary skills. Football meets karate, huh? It was poor Leon Goretzka who found himself in an unfortunate situation. Ouch. The impact of that unexpected tackle sent him down in pain. As a result of that wild challenge, the Liechtenstein defender responsible for the tackle received his marching orders from the referee. Looks like the referee wasn't too thrilled about that unconventional display of football skills. At least we know that was intentional, but Mbappe got sent off for an unintentional tackle. You won't believe what happened. The match was already intense, with the score tied at 2-2 by the end of extra time between Rennes and PSG. But then, out of nowhere, Mbappe made a shocking challenge on Damien da Silva near the quarter flag. It was a moment that caught everyone off guard, including the referee. With no other option, the referee had to show Mbappe the red card. And to add to his woes, he also received a 3-match ban as a consequence. Now, we could argue whether it was too harsh, but if you take a look at that tackle, it's hard to defend. Let's just say it wasn't the prettiest sight on the field. But you know what's interesting? Sometimes, it seems like karma steps in when the tackles get really bad. It's like the universe has to intervene to restore balance. Imagine the kind of tackles that make even karma itself take notice. Now, that's something to think about, isn't it? Yes, it was the World Cup final between Spain and Holland. Quite a spectacle, I tell you. There were some late tackles that were just plain silly. I'm talking about Nigel de Jong's tackle. It was definitely not the brightest move, my friend. Now, here's the kicker. After that tackle, you won't believe it, but he only received a yellow card. Can you believe that? I mean, seriously, take a look at it. It should have been a clear red card, no doubt about it. But in the end, it seems like karma decided to step in. Spain's Easter came through with a stunning play that sealed the victory in extra time. It was a thing of beauty, my friend. And guess what? Spain went on to win the World Cup. It's like destiny had its way, and everyone got what they deserved. But talking about someone who had quite a roller coaster ride in his career, let's talk about Virgil van Dijk. He is widely recognized as one of the greatest defenders ever, but there was a time when things took a nasty turn for him. It all happened because of a ridiculous tackle from none other than Jordan Pickford. The tackle was made while the play was already offside, and let me tell you, it was a really nasty one. The referee later admitted that he made a mistake by not sending Pickford off. As a result of that tackle, Van Dijk had to undergo knee surgery due to a damaged anterior cruciate ligament. It was a tough blow for him, no doubt. But hold on, don't mistake Van Dijk for someone who's soft or weak. He's far from it. Just take a look at one of his tackles on Mertens during a Champions League match. It was intense, dirty, and definitely not for the faint-hearted. It was the kind of tackle that you would expect from defenders like Ramos or Pepe, and they would probably have a big grin on their faces after making it. Van Dijk went in hard and got the ball, but he also left a mark on Mertens, that's for sure. He was lucky to get away with just a yellow because there was no violence. When we're talking about brutal fouls, do you remember Suarez? He was quite a troublemaker on the field, especially known for his biting incidents. I mean, seriously, Suarez, this is football, not a buffet. What do you think about a player resorting to biting during a match? Throughout his career, Suarez managed to sink his teeth into not one, not two, but 3 different players. Can you believe it? With 848 games played for club and country, it's like there was a higher chance of Suarez biting someone than encountering a shark. How crazy is that? One of his infamous bites happened while he was playing for Ajax, earning him the nickname the Cannibal of Ajax. And who can forget when he bit Ivanovic during that 2-2 draw between Liverpool and Chelsea? The referee missed it. And to make it even more dramatic, Suarez went on to score a late equalizer. However, Suarez's biting days came to an end when he was suspended from football-related activities for 4 months after biting Chiellini during the 2014 World Cup. It's incredible how he managed to evade punishment on the pitch all those times, but karma eventually caught up with him. What do you think about the consequences he faced for his actions? But here's one thing you can't be booked for. Smash the like button and subscribe to Brand Ballers.